And so the building up of that consciousness, the building up of that army is what we do with our spiritual practice. You know, it's the work we do to keep reminding ourselves, to keep turning within, to feel this connection with this presence that is so good, this ability to love that lies within us no matter what's going on in the world, this light within us that is burning no matter what. It's doing our work to turn within and commune with that through our meditation, through our prayer, for our affirmations, the study, working with our counselors, everything that we do to remind ourselves of that greatness of God in us that transcends anything in the world. That's what helps us to move forward. That's what helps us to know that this beauty in us does not need to look like others' ideas, that my version of success or prosperity is every bit as valid. I am as cherished in this expression that I am as any other expression out there in the universe. The love of God is for each and every one of us. It's what helps us to realize I can pursue that idea that I'm passionate about, regardless of my age, regardless of my education, regardless of all the things I've come to believe that I need to be that are different from the way I am. And it can feel scary. It can feel intimidating to step into that new expression of love or joy or abundance beyond what we've come to believe is possible. But that presence within us, when we turn to it, will move us through that fear, will help us to step into that greater experience of good. And there's a really key and important component to this story of Hanukkah that I always remind myself is that, you know, when the people came to that moment of lighting the menorah and deciding, okay, we only have 1 day's worth of oil, what do we do? They committed to lighting it. And, you know, the meaning of the word Hanukkah, it's the dedication. They dedicated themselves to that light. When we first step into a new way of being, when we first step into whether it's that relationship we've always wanted, whether it's, you know, stepping into parenting, a new experience that we've always wanted, the new job, whatever, it can often feel like we have that desire, we have that inspiration, but it just feels like there's only so much. We still don't know. We often don't feel like we have quite enough. But when we commit, when we absolutely say, I feel it, I'm going with it, I feel that essence of God's love, I'm committing to it, suddenly we realize that there's so much more there than we ever believed. And that's what allows it to continue to burn and to take root in our lives. So there is this moment that it's kind of like we're on the threshold of having the experience of not what we absolutely have to commit. And that's what the people did. That's the significance of having lit the candle, the menorah, when there was only 1 day's worth of oil, so it looked in that moment. And the final thing I wanted to look at with this story, that as I was exploring this idea of this being the last night of Hanukkah, is, okay, so what happens after the Hanukkah holiday is over? So this incredible miracle occurred that the Jewish people have known about, spoken about, passed on the story generation after generation. Because that great miracle occurred, did that mean that never ever again did the Jewish people ever have their faith tested or lack faith? Looking at the history, I would say probably not. How about each and every one of us? How many times have we felt that something within us that moved us beyond our fears? That love, that passion, that commitment, that courage that was able to move us into that greater experience. How many times have we felt that light? How many times has that miracle occurred in us for us to realize that there is that power of God in and around us that's greater than any fear, any circumstance, any challenge that we face? And we had that experience, and then we fell back further down the road into a pattern of fear, into a pattern of separation.